What's up, everybody? We are Reality Roommates, and we're back with another episode. I believe this is episode 10. Episode 10, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Episode
Yeah.
10. So now in this episode, we have, it's an eviction episode. So we have one person leaving between Hisam, who got blindsided. If you guys didn't see our last episode, go watch our last episode. We reviewed that. Versus Cameron, who's also on the block. And so it's very interesting to see, but we have our co-host and we have a special guest as well. So we're going to go with her first, ladies first. We have New. Introduce yourself real quick and your experience and history with BB.
Okay, yeah. So my experience, I'm new. Just if you guys didn't hear that, my experience with Big Brother is pretty much the same as my other two counterparts here. My big brother, Ivan, pretty much introduced us maybe like since BB14. I think that was our first season,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
we've been watching it every year since. Even watched a couple of seasons of BB Canada. Huge fan. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, and the regular co-host, Willie,
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead. Yes,
What's
sir.
good, everybody? What's good, Reality Roommates? Your boy Willie.
Reality Roommates.
Yep.
It's IV.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir. So let's get right into it, right in the meat of the episode. Let's start with first Hisam. Hisam is on the block. He was blindsided last episode, so now he's trying to save his behind. He's trying to save himself, and this episode starts out with him discussing with Felicia, discussing with Izzy separately at first. Why he's on the block and why he was wrong about what he did. They kind of broke it down to him. But how'd you guys feel about his encounter with them two at first? I know he talks to Sari later, but we'll get to that later. But mainly them two at the start. Willie, we'll start with you.
He played it smart, man. He went over there all teary-eyed. He was all like, I was wrong, guys. I'm sorry for what I did. And he honestly played it the best way he could have. Like, just own it. He did what he did. What he did was a mistake. He looked hella sad. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of felt bad for him, but it was the smartest way he could have done it. Like, don't be aggressive like he's been in the past. Kind of just be like, yo, guys, I know what I did. It was wrong. I'm sorry. And I think he addressed it the best way he could, to be honest, to give him a solid chance. And as we've seen, that he did have a solid chance.
Yeah.
Valid. Ivan, what you think?
Man, I'm just floored by how hard he worked to work his way back in with the rest of the Professors Alliance. I mean, he worked really hard to really sell to them that he wouldn't be bloodthirsty and be back after them if they were to save him. And I mean, we could tell by the diary rooms he was being legit. Because at first when you're viewing it, I'm thinking he's BSing the whole time, and as soon as cut them, but
That boy was sincere.
he was actually sincere. So once again, I just felt bad for Hisam. I feel like he kind of got a raw deal because he was loyal to them. I don't think this is the smartest move. And to be honest, unless Sari wins this game, this is going to go back as maybe one of her worst moves, in my opinion.
That's interesting. Very interesting. What do you think about it, New?
So, okay, if I could put it in one word for Hisam and this whole episode and his exit, I think it was bittersweet.
Okay.
The sweet part is more so because, like Ivan has said in previous episodes, he was really good entertainment for this season, even though he had very tyrant-like behavior. But I do think when Izzy did a good job of making it clear as to why they thought they should switch on him at this moment. And I think that conversation was the turning point for me, because I was like, I didn't know about the conversation he had with America about like making them seem like they were leftovers. So I did start to feel bad for him, because his reaction to that was really sincere. Like, he shamefully accepted his fault, and I low-key felt bad for him.
Yeah.
But then he also just like truly doesn't recognize that he had that like tyrant-like behavior. Like, he didn't realize he was dictating them as much as he was. So hopefully he can learn from it. But I realized, like, even in his interview with Julie, that I did like him. So I kind of wanted him to stay, but it was also good for me because I didn't want my pick to go. So.
Great. You
handled it good, though.
Before we move on a little bit, can you elaborate a little bit on your picks? Because if you guys don't know, we do have a family group chat where we all kind of have our own picks that's a little separate than the one you guys know on Reality Roommates. But yeah, can you express who your picks were and why you chose them?
Okay, so my two picks were actually the original two people on the block, Jag and Cam. Jag ends up winning the veto and pulls himself off, which is good for me, and Cam didn't get evicted. So far my picks are flying good.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about how Heisem, honestly, he had a chance at life. So Sari, Izzy, and Felicia all had their separate meeting. They started talking and discussing, should we keep Heisem, should we not? Is he sincere, is he not? And how do you guys feel about that overall meeting, and then how they invited Heisem back in and kind of gave him some hope that they might be leaning into keeping him inside the house? How do you guys feel about that? Me personally, I couldn't help but laugh during this episode, especially during the times where he's like kind of sad, using his soft voice. Oh, if I hurt you guys, I'm so sorry. Now, he was straightforward throughout this whole entire season, but just seeing him do that it just seemed like a puppy who wasn't really sad. Like, I wasn't falling for it. Like, if I was on that episode, I would be like, no, like, I'm not falling for it, bro. You know,
I wasn't either.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't fall for that soft spoken voice. I just think it was all, I don't care what he says, I think it was all kind of an act in a way. I could be completely wrong, but I think it was an act. So yeah, although he was one of my picks, he had to get out of there. But
Yeah.
how do you feel about it? We'll start with you, New. The meeting.
Okay,
You
so
can talk
for
about the
me-
meeting and then Heisem. Yeah, mainly the meeting.
Which meeting?
The meeting
there was several.
that Felicia, Izzy, and
Okay,
Sari had.
them when they were discussing. Yeah.
Correct.
Honestly, off rip, when they started to discuss that, I was like, it can't be serious.
Yeah.
I was like, there's probably no other moment like where they'll be actually able to take him out, because I was also with you on the fact that I thought it was all BS when he was
Yeah.
like so soft spoken and like, seeming like he was very, very
Yeah.
hurt. But on the flip side, in the diary room, he backed it up. So if he was faking, he did a great job at it, because he stole my heart. I was like, damn, he felt bad about it.
Yeah.
He realized where he went wrong. So I just think that their conversation was kind of silly, because like that needed to be done if you really wanted to take a power player out. Like Miss Felicia said, you got to take the king out now.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
conversation, like to even have teetered on the thought of removing Cam instead of him, was ridiculous, because he's proved himself to be a competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great analysis. What do you think about that, Duke?
Man, RIP to King Heisem, man. As far as it goes, I was rooting for Heisem, as you guys know. I mean, I just fell in love with his villain role. I thought he was
Yeah.
villain and great for the TV show. And he sold it so well, man. Like, to be honest, I would have been right there with him, faltering as far as like whether to save him.
Yeah.
Came with a really great like speech to them each time. And honestly, from the jump, I always thought this was a dumb idea as far as getting him out. I think it's too early. So yeah, I think he did everything that he could possibly do. And just to give you guys some info, it was teetering back and forth since yesterday. Like literally.
Sheesh.
And I'll tell you guys this: the only reason this vote didn't flip is because of Corey. Every time it came down to it, when they were like, "All right, we need these votes to flip over," Corey would be arguing them down on all the reasons why they should get Heisem out. Because he was like, "Oh, if you get Heisem out, all these people that we've already made deals with, because the whole house was kind of ganged up to get Heisem out. So it was like you're gonna off 5 other people." And then now you're going to have to worry about those other people coming after us. But my is that side now is down a competitive threat.
Yeah.
So this move only helped one person, truly, in my opinion.
Sari. Yeah.
This move was only for her. This move didn't help any of the rest of them, because
At all.
you don't have a comp beast on your side. So let's say the other side puts you up. They might not put Sari up, but that doesn't mean they're not going to throw Izzy up. They're not going to throw Felicia up. They're not going to throw any of them up. I think it was a dumb move. So
Yeah.
What do you think
thanks
about
to Corey.
Yeah. I agree that it was kind of a dumb move, but they already went through with the back door. There was no reason to get Cameron out because you guys already got Hassan on. You guys already kind of got him pissed. Just like send him home. It's kind of already
Those two
done.
are
Like,
gone at that point.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know why they were like flip flopping. Like y'all already did it to yourselves. Just get him out, which they did.
Mhm.
But I like the way he campaigned though. He was very sincere. He was teary eyed. We never seen Hassan, kind of like he was sad. He was like, "Yo, guys, please!" Like it was kind of like he was begging. And me personally, I didn't really like Hassan's game, so I'm excited that he left. Not gonna lie to you. But yeah, I thought he campaigned really well. He did the best he could, but he had to go home, man.
Yeah. So let's talk about the eviction. Let's get more into the eviction. But before the eviction, let me know what you guys think. Did you guys think Hassam had any chance of truly staying? Now, I know you guys briefly talked about how Hassam, it was an act shot. Oh, well, you said it was an act. Ivan, you said you kind of believed it, right? So,
Yeah.
how'd you guys feel? Yes, he did get evicted, so we'll talk about the eviction as well, but did you guys think he had a chance of staying?
Nah.
I truly felt like he did for a minute, but maybe it was just my fear of him staying because I also didn't want Cam out at the minute.
Oh, okay.
He's
But
too big of a
I
target.
low-key feel like he did.
Yeah.
But like Duke said, I didn't know. Like Ivan said it on the feeds, I didn't know that Corey was, the
Campaigning
that
for
last
him to
piece.
leave.
Yeah, to it. He's playing a slick game, by the way.
He really is.
Yeah.
He
He's
really
smooth
is.
sailing right now. Yeah, but if it wasn't for that, I think he had a shot. They seemed like they were sure, but I also see Big Brother tries to show you what you think is going to happen just to give you the opposite, So they showed
They
us
do that
all
all the time.
that we were going to get him to stay, and then he doesn't stay. So.
Yeah, they always do that. But it's always interesting to see them kind of like teeter back and forth. This one I would say was pretty convincing. Like I was like convinced, like yeah, they might
I
keep
was
him.
definitely.
I was pretty like, hey, good at editing by Big Brother because this is one of the few times where I was like, yeah, they might actually switch. But
that happens so many times where they like hype it up, like, oh shoot, they're about to like switch up the votes,
and then
it's exactly what we like every time.
Yeah, always.
I mean,
and I agree with Ivan too, that it might have been a bad decision, but for the sense of their group, the professors. But all in all, I don't think it was bad simply because there's only one winner. Like, even though they're like, oh yeah, we're going to make sure the family gets to the end. Like, yeah, y'all going to get to the end, but there's still one winner. Like,
yeah.
So if you really want to, if you really want to go about that, I would take him out now too.
Facts.
But he's a shield for them. I don't know, man. I don't know.
They better start talking to America like he did.
Because here's the thing. To me, let's say now if Matt wins, who's he gonna put up? If Heisem was still in the house, we know he's putting up Heisem.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
Put up. Who's Jag?
It's really bad for Cirie. Cirie really loses in this scenario.
I think so, but like I said, like I've been saying, I feel like this is really gonna prove to me that she's the genius that everyone says she is, who's watched her on other shows, because this is a ballsy move. So let's see how she pivots. But I will say, so far, she has made really ingratiated with everybody in the house. This is like getting to Derek level as far as like
nearly
go home before she goes home. So I said, I think ultimately, I'm starting to see that this might be a good move for Cirie. It's just not a good move for the rest of the people that.
Yeah,
somebody for what she did today, and it's not going to be her.
I definitely see the Derek.
I see that
for sure. But let's get into the eviction, the actual eviction. Heisem is gone. Heisem's no longer. How do you guys feel like the dynamics in the house are going to change? How do you guys feel like new alliances will form? How do you guys feel like the overall shape of the house moving forward will transpire? Willie, we'll start with you.
I'm pretty curious to see. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea how it's gonna go on from here. You got such a big player in Heisem out, so there's definitely gonna be some new alliances. There's definitely gonna be some new positions in the house or whatever. I'm very curious to see who's gonna start working with who's gonna be the next Heisem kind of in the house, the next big target. pretty curious to see. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. How do you feel about it, Ivan?
I think one of two things is about to happen. Either we're about to witness a Cirie steamroll from this point on, where she finds no opposition, and we're on a BB19 type of path to her making it to that final two easily, or
Talking about what, Paul?
yeah, with Paul, where it's like, all right, I got these puppets in the back line, and this is just a clear path, or we're going to see some real adversity for her, especially when it comes to Jared. I feel like Jared is a very key Achilles heel. He is. Y'all saw him after the eviction. Who was he hugged up with? Right? There was-
Blue Kim, man.
They're making it
Yeah.
public.
I think Blue Kim is truly the Achilles heel for Cirie. It depends on what Jared decides to do, but that could derail her game as well as his. And I would love to see people like Matt, people like Jag, which was my first round pick and my pick in the family chat. I would like to see what Jag does now moving forward. Can he step up and be the Jag that I thought he was going to be at the start of this game? And now a lot of pressure is going to be on Izzy. Izzy thinks she's one of the Fields. You know, she thinks she's adopted by Cirie, so she's going to have to prove her worth. You know, she's going to have to go out there and win some comps to save her
I feel
family.
like she's chilling right now.
She's chilling
not
right now. I think chilling is over. Now that Heisem is gone, that side of you guys want to keep power, you got to start winning some comps because Heisem's gone. And he was
That's
for them.
yeah. I feel like that's gonna be their big problem, winning comps, man.
Yeah, I feel like what we might see in the next coming weeks, unless this is a steamroll, I feel like somebody out of that group is going to start paying attention to the power dynamic and realize, hey, things go through Cirie or they don't happen.
I would
I know
like to.
Cor- That, but he's kind of aligned with her, but he's kind of working on a proxy war right now. So we'll see how that, you know, he doesn't have the soldiers. That's Corey's problem. He doesn't have the soldiers to truly Cirie. So a couple other people need to wake up in order for this to be an actual game, or she's got this thing cooked.
Now, before we get to you, New, real quick, I want to stick a needle in Ivan. What Ivan is saying, right? I
Okay.
think you're overthinking so much on Cirie's game. Like you're overthinking like she's a mastermind when she hasn't proven to be a mastermind. Yes, they do show her a lot. She's talking, et cetera, right? But to me, I can't see a move where it was solely her. Like, it was like, oh my gosh, Cirie was the one who made that move. Like, Derek, at least with Derek, it was like we saw him manipulate people. We saw him actually be in the diary room, be like, oh yeah, I'm going to tell this person that and da-da-da-da-da to get this person out. I feel like Cirie has not proven that at all. I feel like she reminds me of Derek a little bit in the way she goes about the game, but in terms of execution, she's not really executing like Derek was, you know? She's not showing the shystiness a little bit, you know, like she honestly, some might say she's floating. I like
think she uses
Cirie,
her
definitely
cards.
not. She's definitely not floating.
I feel like
like-
she uses like what she's dealt, like, you know, what she's dealt with. I think she uses her cards properly.
yes.
I don't know about mastermind, but I think like
Yeah.
with whatever she's got, she's been making it work, and it's been
Exactly.
always in her favor.
She has her hands in every type of like, and all the evictions.
Yeah.
she has her hands in every single one.
She
of them,
has,
so.
but okay,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
so
say
that means
She's not
hand
floater,
though.
Willis.
I would say she
She's
has like
a
her
floater
pinky
straight.
in. It's not like it's just that she has her like compared to everyone
She
else.
has her hand.
Compared to compared to everyone else has no hand in, some plots hand in the other, right? She just has a pinky in every single one. So it's just like, it makes it look like, oh my gosh, mastermind. But to me, she hasn't done anything to really prove mastermind. Like, she's not doing anything. She really isn't. Except taking care of Jared. Like, that's it. That's really it.
Nah.
That's I don't know what Willis is watching, man, but
Here's the thing: even a pinky in all the pies
Yeah.
is better than some of these people who stick with one pie and that's it.
yeah.
She has ingratiated herself with practically everyone. There is not one person that's like, I got to go after Cirie. And if you realize the dynamics here, things go the way Cirie wants them to go.
That's what I was saying.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
cards she's dealt, she ends up working it in her favor, and so far it's worked for her each time.
All
Correct.
3 of those evictions went through Suri.
Suri,
They
she's
all went
running.
through Suri.
Maybe they haven't gone through her, but they've been all backed by her. She's
Right.
backed up each
Yeah,
eviction.
that's a better word.
Okay, the
All
first
of them
one, the
have
first
her,
one with
like,
Riley was
her
not.
green light.
The first one with
Yeah.
Riley was not. She had no say in.
Well, that's the first week eviction.
Okay, but then the second week was Heisem. Heisem did what he wanted, and then now we're with Felicia. Felicia has the same problem that Suri had, so it only made sense for Heisem to go because everyone wanted Heisem to go. So really, have we seen Suri put that foot down?
But she's influencing them though.
Going was her.
Valid. Influencing, I like that word. She might be influencing a couple.
She was
people.
influencing them
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And Heisem leaving was her initial idea. This is an idea that she was talking about in the second week. And that's why they were going to strike against Heisem by keeping Riley. But the problem with Riley is she was not, like I said prior, she would say, yes, I'm with you guys now. Save me. But then she would go a whole day and not talk to them and just be talking to Jag, Matt, and Blue. You get what I'm saying? So they thought to themselves, okay, we saved this girl. We're not going to get anything out of it. So that kind of messed herself up with her campaigning. If, let's say, Riley campaigned the way we saw Heisem campaign this week, Riley probably would still be in the house. And Heisem been pre-warned, like, oh, crap. Okay, things are not in my favor.
Yeah.
But Riley sucked at campaigning. She would say one thing in your face, but then her action showed, I'm hanging out with everybody that I've been hanging out with.
That would have been a terrible mistake for the house to keep Riley. I'm not gonna lie, or the professors. That would have been a terrible mistake. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I mean, I still think that this is a mistake this week, but it's truly Suri is the head of this monster. You know what I'm saying? If Suri did not want to be put up, it was not going to happen. She is like the godmother in this game, in this house right now.
You're not wrong, bro.
Ran like a mob, except she's kind of like the secret boss. But like I said, what could unravel her is people are starting, I would think, to catch on of things go through this lady. Meaning, if you want to make this move, you got to go talk to the boss first, which is Suri.
Well, Nu, what do you think about it? I don't think we got your opinion on Heisem leaving, getting evicted.
Oh, like, yeah, you asked how the dynamic would change. I personally feel like now that all of that heat that was in the house was only surrounding him, it's going to be like a first week situation where they got to find something wrong in someone's actions in order to create their next target. It's either going to be that where, like, oh, you slip up and, like, hey, now you're the target for the week, because I feel like everyone left in the house right now has no issues. There's not really any serious beef or drama or, like, targets, because he was winning most of the comps so far, that, like, there's no one to really point at. And then I also think people are going to start mingling with other people now, because there's no Riley and there's no Heisem in the way of that. Not that they were necessarily in the way, but they were, quote unquote, the ringleaders of the opposite sides of the house. So now I feel like this is going to be an opportunity for people to sneak them new conversations in and start sparking up different team members in an alliance.
I feel like it is kind of up in the air, but I kind of feel like Cameron's kind of like the next, because, like, he's kind of like a rat. He's kind of just like riding alliances. He's kind of like,
you think so?
Yeah, I feel like Cameron's next up.
I would love for Cameron to get out of this game, to be honest.
He's kind of being a cockroach, man. He's being a cockroach. They called it out a couple times. Like, I feel like he's kind of the next one up. At least for the professors. Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely have to see. Man, I didn't think you guys really hated Cameron. Me personally, I don't really care for him at all when it comes to this game, but we'll definitely see. But now let's talk about the last thing that we were left with in this episode, which was the pressure cooker competition. The last time we seen the pressure cooker competition, I believe it was BB8.
No, BB6.
BB6.
Oh yeah, it was like 20 years ago.
Man, that's insane that it was that long ago. I like how they showed Kaser, because he got backstabbed when he was doing it. But yeah, how do you guys feel about the pressure cooker being back, and the overall competition itself, and who do you guys want to win HOH? So the pressure cooker competition and the HOH. How do you feel about that, Ivan? We'll start with you.
It's amazing to see the pressure cooker comp back. This is probably my all-time favorite comp. Just the simplicity of the comp is what I love so much, because it's truly a comp that anybody can win, and it's all about how bad do you want it. The last time they sat in that box for 14 hours until Kaser ended up giving it to the person that won, Jen of BB6. And yeah, man, I want to see how long they're going to actually sit in that box. That's kind of another big reason I was rooting so hard for Heisem, is because he would have the motivation to now, like, yo, I got to get HOH back, because I just, bacon pretty much, you know what I'm saying? So out of this group that's left, I'm not sure who feels in danger, because I feel like this type of comp, it's all about, who feels that it's up in the air if I go home, so I need to hold on to this button. So I feel like a Cameron, he's definitely going to hold on to that button as long as possible. I think Izzy is always paranoid from the feeds. She's always paranoid that somebody's going to come at her, or her mom, or her brother Jared. So she's going to hold on to that button. We know Jared does not have no sense, so he fights to win comps when he should.
Oh my god.
Man.
So he's going to hold on to that button like crazy. And honestly, this might be a chance for Sarita to work on that resume and win a comp. So she might hold on to that button too, because let's not forget, I mean, if you want to sit in those final 2 seats, you got to come with a resume, because right now the person with the best resume is Miss Felicia. She kicked out Heisem, the biggest threat in the game. She's got the best resume so far in this game. So, Sari, you gotta step up and win a comp too. So this is a perfect comp for her. It's not physical. It's just holding on to a button. Let's see who really wants it. Let's see who's going to actually urinate on themselves to win this comp.
Yeah.
15 years ago, we had people peeing in cups. Like,
when she said no bathroom breaks or no none, I wrote, that's crazy.
And what I love about this comp is the fact that you can only leave the room if like 2 other people also let go. So you'll be, even if you let go, you stuck in there. You know what I'm saying?
And the lights are off.
Lights are off.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie.
But Nu, how do you feel about it?
So for me, I didn't even know what the pressure cooker comp was until I saw them start, and obviously they showed us that it was like a historic comp. I think like who I'd want to win, like he said, I think I really want to see Sari. I want to see her win because I do want to see her build her resume, but I also want to see how she plays her cards, because she's been so pinky in every pie with everybody that at that point, if you were to win, you have to expose kind of where your game lies.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be good to see how she navigates that, because so far she's been navigating well, but in the shadows.
Yes.
So I don't know how that'll work, but I'm also down for anybody to win, because like I said, I feel like this is going to be a first week type of deal where everybody's just waiting for something to go wrong so that they could use you for spade.
That's true.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. Wooly, how do you feel?
When it comes to the comp and how historic it is, I mean, I'm a pretty young kid, so I didn't know anything about the pressure cooker competition. But I like the concept. You got to hold the button or whatever, and then you can't leave, no bathroom breaks, whatever. I feel like that's pretty cool concept. It's gonna be one of those long competitions, so that should be pretty interesting to see who has the will to just hold that button for hours and hours, which is crazy. To be honest, I kind of want to see Jag or Matt win. I'm kind of curious on what they would do. I want to see what a Jag how he would play the week. To be honest, I'm very curious to see what he's.
I feel like they wouldn't shock me though. I feel like they're just gonna go for. I feel like those 2 people wouldn't shock me with their picks. Like they're gonna just shoot for someone on the opposite side of the house, someone in the professors, and then just call it a day. Like, I need some action.
What about if Bowie wins this?
That would be.
That's
I don't know what Bowie would.
That would
I feel like
really be
she's
insane.
not gonna gun for it. She seems like a professional shadow player so far.
know where her head's at, to
Yeah,
be
I,
honest.
I think
Yeah,
no
like
one
we don't know
knows.
what she's thinking. She's so far just voted with the House. We haven't really gotten any strong opinions from her. She's just like off to the side. Or Izzy should win.
I would love
Izzy would
an
blow up
Izzy.
the house, man.
Because I feel like she might
Izzy's
get
just gonna
that
do whatever
HOH-itis.
Cerise says. She's just gonna do whatever Cerise says. So it's kind of
I
like
feel like she's
I want
gonna,
to see somebody like
gonna
that.
blow her head up if she were HOH.
She's-
I feel like she might low-key have a little bit of that HOH-itis and like end up doing
for
a little too
sure,
much. Because
for
she's
sure.
already very expressive. And I actually love that about her. So I think
it's,
that
it's
win
funny
would
to
be
watch.
kinda-
It's funny to watch.
Yeah.
Cause she gets
Yeah,
really
she-
into it.
Izzy,
Hey,
man.
the way she handled talking to Heisem, I was like, yo, you put your
Man.
big girl pants on.
I was scared. I was scared for her. The way that, like, the distance I felt the tension between them, the
Yeah.
space between them. It felt like so much tension.
She handled
But when
it.
she told him, like, I will not be told what to do, I was like, stand on that, Izzy. I love it.
That's nice. When it came to Heisem leaving the house, the tension was crazy. Like
Yeah.
once
it
they
was
put
sick.
him on that block, the tension was there.
The stare he gave Felicia was crazy.
His eye contact.
I was
insane.
scared for them.
Man was livid, bro.
People like being a part of the cast because they're more stuck. Older people are more stuck in their ways, so they're gonna give it to you raw,
Yeah.
and you just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said last episode, this game would have turned out so differently if it was a cast full of young people. I think Riley, Jag, they would be running the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
This is a different layer to Big Brother for sure.
Got some
Absolutely.
older folks, man.
This is how it used to be. Like everybody kind of cutthroat. They want that cash, man.
Yeah, I can respect the straight shooter game. I didn't mind that from him.
Yeah, seeing something different is definitely refreshing. Definitely refreshing. But before we get out of here, let's talk about one last thing, which is the America's vote. Julie revealed that America, you have to vote for a power. She didn't reveal what the power is. Obviously, we'll find that out next episode. But how do you guys feel about that? America voting?
She did reveal.
She did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I must have just left the TV as soon as she said that then.
Yeah.
You did actually.
Like save someone.
Yeah, you'll be able to save someone. Like you'll be able to block an eviction of someone on the block, or for yourself. And
One of the next two evictions.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to wait. So explain again. You get to block someone from being on the block,
No, like you get to
From being evicted.
from being evicted.
on the block. Like let's say for Jared's instance, Blue ends up on the block. She's about to get evicted. He gets to use his power on her, or vice versa.
That's something.
What
he would
I
do
want to
too.
know
Oh my
is,
goodness.
are they
Gotta
going
get
to
that.
use it after votes are counted and just be like, yo, 10-0, for example, Blue, you're evicted, and then block it? Or are we blocking it before the eviction starts? Because that's a big difference. Because
Well-
not everybody's going to show their cards if they're getting blocked after the eviction.
It said
you know?
evicted, right? She said like you can stop someone from being evicted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
cause like
I
she,
feel like she's going to wait. I feel like the point is to wait until they're like, oh, yeah, you've been evicted from the Big Brother house. And they're like,
yeah.
hold up. We're deciding to save.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, no,
I
that,
think-
That sound like
Jared's
some BB
the type to
Canada
use that on
stuff.
Blue Cam,
yeah,
bro.
that does sound like BB Canada's. Hey,
does.
Big Brother this season has been on their BB Can type vibes, even with the
It's been
pressure cooker
pretty
being
cutthroat,
back.
yeah.
Cause BB
I don't know
Can's
how I feel
cutthroat.
about the little scary verse stuff, but the rest of
Yeah,
it,
I'm not rocking with that scary verse.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was kind of like the lame with the edits.
yeah.
Yeah, and the acting
with it
for it
lighting
is
up the bulb, I'm
super-
like, it's kind of mid, but
Yeah,
it's whatever.
Let me.
Cringe,
but it's
bro.
cool. It's new. Yeah,
Who do you guys think? Because the America win votes, right, and it's the top 4 people that America votes for. They compete in a competition to win this power. So who do you guys think is the top 4 that America is going to choose? Like, who do you think the TV watchers are seeing
Oh,
as
yeah.
like, people that they like?
If
Definitely Felicia.
Felicia, okay.
Felicia,
I think Suri.
Matt. I'll say Felicia.
I got
Matt,
my
guaranteed. Felicia, Matt, guaranteed.
I
Hmm.
personally think it's gonna be Red,
Wait.
3, Jared, and Blue.
You don't think Matt?
Matt is liked, so
Jag?
maybe if not Jared, maybe Matt. If not Jared, but
Yeah.
I think maybe I like Red that much. But I don't know if it's just me or if America also likes him too. But I kind of like Red.
I'll be real. I don't think Blue or Jared will get picked because I think they're kind of giving that. You know how it goes in Big Brother sometimes where the couple kind of gets annoying to the audience.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna get picked either.
They're like the audience
dang,
is like.
neither of them?
Nah. I definitely think it's gonna be Felicia.
I think Cirie will
Felicia,
too.
Matt, Jag, and then
Probably Cirie.
maybe I don't see it.
She's got a
Maybe
built-in
America.
because
Maybe
of.
America. I don't know.
Yeah, she does have a fan base already. That's true.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be interesting.
I
to
don't
see.
know. I haven't seen America. Now that you mention her, I actually forgot her.
Oh, America.
Yeah, her and Miko, they're very like.
I like
Yeah,
Nicole. She
I
reminds
like-
me of
He had
him.
like her shine in one episode.
Yeah, for real, her little moment, man, because she's been non-existent.
Well, she's been doing that like in the little storage room a lot. Like every time like something pisses her off, she'll run in there and speak her mind.
Yeah.
And people have said like Nicole's a good player, but it's like she would be better off playing like by herself and everyone else is an AI. You know what I'm saying? So she doesn't really know how to play with like other people with their own like
Their own emotions.
wants and needs. So it's like every time people are like going off script, she like you know what I'm saying?
He was like, what is there to cry about?
Yeah.
Like, girl, people cry.
Let me ask you guys this.
Yeah.
So, okay, with the week being over, it's the start of a new week. We got the HOH comp. Who do you guys think is in the best position, and who do you think is in the worst position?
Best position and worst position, man. Yeah, y'all got that. one.
For the best position, I think Corey's in the best position, which is my pick. Just had to let you guys know that. I think he is in the best position right now. He's laying low. He even dressed like a woman, which me personally is kind of crazy, but he did it anyways to impress the house guests. So, hey, bro, 100% do your
Best
thing.
position.
He's a great talker. As we could see, he talked them down from keeping Heisem to officially getting him out. So I think he's in a great position. The worst position, I feel like right now no one's really in a bad position because it's kind of like a reset week. But I would say potential who could be in potential danger is definitely Jared. Mainly because Jared and Blue Kim could be a threat. People don't like the whole relationship thing, like you mentioned. Either that or Red, because Red was, Red or Cameron, that whole dynamic that was going on, and I could see them getting into some trouble. But mainly, just to clean it up, I'd say Jared's in the worst and Corey's in the best.
When it comes to who's actually in the best position, I mean, yeah, they're floaters, but I'll say Nicole and who was I about to say? Dang, what was another float? Oh, Bowie. Bowie and Nicole are technically in the best position because they're just like
The floaters.
floating around doing really nothing at all. But when it comes to the worst position, probably Cameron or Jared, and Cameron or Jared. Yeah, Cameron or Jared.
I think I agree with Bowie. Originally, like when you first asked the question, in my head popped up Jared. I was like, oh yeah, he's in a cool position because he got his mom on the other side and his side. But then Willis brought up the him and Blue Kim point, and that's kind of true. Sometimes it's like as soon as you're partnered up with somebody, you're automatically a target. So maybe not, but otherwise, I think Bowie Jane is in one of the sweetest spots. And then
sure.
Worst position, like Willis said, I don't think anyone's necessarily in the worst because all that heat left with Heisem.
Yeah.
There's not really much heat to go around right now.
It's a nice reset week.
Except for the rat, bro. Cameron, man.
Okay.
Man,
It's Cameron, bro.
not too much on my pick.
Now,
Oh
for
yeah,
me,
that is your pick.
I can't believe no one has picked this person, but the best positioning is definitely Cirie. She is in the best position in the house.
Bro, you
No.
inflate her so much in your head.
If her alliance has
Yeah,
any
I'm not
type
gonna
of
lie.
sense, if her alliance has any type of sense, I feel like at some point within this next week or two, they're gonna peep that she's got the power. She's got the sauce here.
Won't be this week. I think Cirie is in the best position. She's got her hands in every pie. Everybody thinks she's sweet old Miss Cirie. She's good to go. So I think she's in the
But to
top.
say she's in the best,
And depends on as long as Cameron or Red don't win this HOH, she is good money, smooth sailing. So the worst.
Well, you think Cameron or Red would go after her?
I think Cameron would, because I think Cameron is probably the only person in the house so far that sees the power structure, which is Cirie. Everybody, like, you know, that's another reason I keep going back to this. I'm sorry to the listeners. I probably sound like a broken record, but another reason, dumb decision to get rid of Hisam, because before they got rid of Hisam, to everybody, the power structure was Hisam's on top. So if I'm going to go after them, I'm taking out Hisam. Now, I think Cameron is smart enough to see, okay, the power structure is really Cirie. So if I'm going to strike over there, I got to get rid of Cirie. So he's the only one that would see that. Everybody else, I think they're in La La Land. So, or besides Corey, but the thing is, Corey thinks, in his mind, I think Corey thinks I can use Cirie as a weapon. He's kind of thinking how people should have thought with Hisam, whereas I need to hold this person on for a little bit, you know, and use them to my devices. I don't think that's going to work out for Corey, but I think that's where Corey's mind is at. Now, the worst positioning, I think Cameron. I think Cameron's in the worst positioning simply because he's been put up already twice. So it's not a scary prospect to put him up because, hey, you've already been on the block twice. If I throw you up on the block, oh, well, who are you going to come after when you win? Me and Miss Felicia and the other person? Who knows who you're going to come after? You know what I'm saying? He's already been a block star. If somebody else wins, it's so easy to put him on the block again. And if they're teetering every week to just vote you out, eventually, third time's a charm, you're going to get voted out that third time that you hit that block. He's been on twice. I feel like the next time he hits that block, over for Cameron.
And they almost got him out twice.
Yeah.
I think one thing we all definitely agree on is Cameron is not looking so hot. Sorry, New.
It's true. It's true.
He's not looking so hot, but we'll definitely see. Let us know what you guys think. Comment down below. Let us know. We'll be commenting back to every single comment, so let us know your opinions and your thoughts. Subscribe for more BB news. We'll be releasing an episode every single episode, so look out for those. And yeah, we are Reality Roommates, and we are out. And we have our special guest here, so let's give a round of applause for a New completed our first episode. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we are out. Peace.
Peace.